guys, welcome back to Blaze Diamonds. Thank you guys for tuning back in. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have some fun along with me today. I'm starting a new, I don't want to call it a series, but I want to start doing these as often as I feel like I need to. Now, I did get this idea from another creator, and I did ask her if it was okay that I don't want to say steal her idea because that's not what I want to do, but just use her idea as inspiration is what I meant to I hope that makes more sense. So she just asked that I name it something different, which I was of course going to do anyway. I would never want to just be like, oh, this is my video, because, that's not me. So she gave me an idea of what to call it, and I do like that idea, so I'm going to be calling it Tori Talk Tuesdays, and just kind of have it be like anything mental health related, whether it's how I'm feeling, my thoughts on certain things when it comes to mental health, whether it's, medication, different things, and just kind of, giving you guys an opportunity to find out some more about me, without, completely opening myself up. But, yeah, so before I get into all of that, I thought I would quickly show you guys kind of what I was able to get this weekend, whether it's some stuff that came in the mail that I am too impatient to hold on to for an unboxing or anything, and then stuff from Saturday when I got to hang out with my dad's girlfriend. So yeah, I thought I would just show you guys some of that stuff, and then we'll get into talking about this weekend and how it played into some mental health stuff. So first, I wanted to share some stuff that came in the mail. So I ordered my I guess they're event trays. I don't know. I mean, I'm calling it event trays because, especially this one, this is like the symbol of the Just Breathe 2024 event that I'm going to be participating in this for May. And I have wanted to try Bella trays for a long time, and I figured go big or go home. So I have 2 of these Max trays. The green ribbon, of course, and then the purple ribbon. So I know that ribbons have a lot of different meanings for lots of different things, like cancer ribbons, of course, and then awareness ribbons for the same thing. So I know this is the mental health awareness colored ribbon that they have, and then this one, I don't remember exactly what its awareness is, but I know that it's the pancreatic cancer ribbon, which is what my mom passed away from. So I had to get I had to have the purple one as well. So that's what this one means to me. And then this one, I love, I mean, they're my 2 favorite colors, so of course, but, just to, again, support the event and everything. So, and like I said, go big or go home, because I went with Max trays, and wow, I've never had a tray so big in my life, but I love it. So I even have, I have another one of their Max trays coming soon for another event, so that I'm doing in May as well, and I'm really excited. So that came in the mail. Let's see, I got some putty from Black Dahlia Diamond Art. This is Woodland Hideaway, and I've really been wanting to try putty from this shop, and they are, of course, a sponsor for the Just Breathe. So, and this, I've used it, so I really do like it, but the smell reminds me of like some kind of cologne, like it kind of, like I can picture a man smelling like that, so yeah, I got that, and I really like it. Let's see what else did come in the mail? Oh, I had a bunch of cover minders come in from Galloway's Gallery. I should have took all these down before, but I did get a bunch. I have like this Ravenclaw one. There was oh my gosh, I don't want this to be super long, I'm sorry guys, but this was the little Ravenclaw freebie that I got. So I'll try, you know what, instead of doing it like this, I will take individual pictures of the cover minders that I received, and I will insert them kind of in here, either in here or at the end of the video, because it would just take me way too long to try and take them all down. So there's a couple of them that are on my little recording arm right here though. So this one says Cat Mom. Love it, because I am. And then we have the beautiful Fiona, I believe it's Fiona the Butterfly Dragon. I hope I'm right. I don't know, but it's beautiful. So that came in the mail. And then I had my Diamond Art Club come in. So I basically got another stainless steel single placer, and then I got the 6-placer, the skinny multi-placer. So that, and then with that order I got a mystery gift. So the mystery gift, I'm not gonna like unbox the entire thing or anything, but I wanted to show you guys at least what it was. So it is Love You No Matter What, which is the one that I got. It's by Lori Stein. I think that's how you say it. It's just a little cute little snack size. It's a 9 by 10 inch, also 22.7 by 25.8 centimeters, and it's really cute. I believe this came with 2 AB colors, I'm not sure, but you guys can see like it's a super tiny little kit. It's so cute. So this was mystery gift number 9, because that's the one that I received. Oh, excuse me. So on Saturday when I went out with my dad's girlfriend, we had like a girls' day. It was really nice. So we went to a few different stores, but first I wanted to show this. She actually got this for me from Walmart, and it's the hopefully I'm getting this in frame, but this is the Diamond Dots special edition ones that they came out with for at Walmart. At least that's my impression. But she had gotten it for me because it was in the clearance section. My goodness, I can't talk today. So this is Parrot Portrait, and it's really pretty, honestly. The diamond area is of course going to be just the bird, like the background is going to be just, you know, regular printing, like not a drill field. I don't know if I'm making sense, but so she got me that, and I thought that was really nice of her. And then we went to a few different craft stores. We went to like Joann's, we went to Hobby Lobby, we went to a bookstore that she wanted to go to, and we did go into Barnes and Noble. We got coffee, we had lunch at Olive Garden. I mean, it was a really nice day. I definitely needed it, and yeah. So, I mean, I didn't really get much from a lot of these stores like I normally would have. I was very proud of myself. I guess I'll show you guys what I got at Joann's. I basically just got enhancement drills to add to my enhancement collection. I got some of these Diamond Dots special drills. So we have, excuse me, number 5012, which is like a orange. And we have 5006, which this one's more like an orangey red. And then we have 5005, which is a beautiful yellow. So I didn't, I just got the ones, I was going to get more if they had them, but these were the only different 3 colors that they had. But I wanted to add them to my enhancement collection that I have in this little box. So I did that. And that was literally all I got at Joann's, which I was really proud of myself for. But then we went to the Dollar Tree. And yeah, Dollar Tree. So the first thing I grabbed, no, this was not at the Dollar Tree. What am I talking about? Anyway, I guess I'll do Hobby Lobby. I got this little washi tape dispenser at Hobby Lobby, and I did get these 4 little things here, the little skinny ones. I got these specifically for pen tips because a lot of these other ones just were not working for pens, in my opinion. And so yeah, it's just a little dispenser. You can like turn it any way you need to, and it's just like a longer tape dispenser. It's really cool. What else did I get at Hobby Lobby? I swore I got more stuff than that. Oh yeah, I got a couple of these like pencil box things because my husband eventually is going to be building me a new like craft desk area over here in this corner. And I need to start making room for other things because I have a lot of like markers, brush pens, all this stuff for like my journaling. So I got that, and I'm organizing it by like containers like that. Just because I feel like it would be easier for me to, remember. I did also get these, they're, what do you call it? I mean, they're just little drawers, right? They're just little drawers. Now, they come in 2s, but I glued it together very sloppily, as you can see, but that's okay. Yeah. But I glued them together. I eventually want to try and get a couple more of them so that way I can put it like next to it, if that makes sense. So that way it's like I have 8 drawers, but they're just these little tiny drawers. I figured they'd be good for like extra multi-placers and like wax, things like that I do hold on to, but can kind of, organize it in a cuter way rather than just shoving them in a drawer, So I got those at the Dollar Tree and figured it would be good for when my desk is built and I can organize it and everything. That's right. Okay, the last thing that I'm going to show you, I did get this at Joann's too, I forgot. But I got this was on sale. I got this journal, and I know that you guys are like, okay, it's a journal. But I like to journal. I have a lot of different journals in my collection. Well, not a lot. I mean, I have a few, but purple and green again. I mean, we have a green little tassel here, and then the green and purple flowers on it, and the color of the actual journal's purple. I got this for a different reason. So basically, I haven't really even opened this too much. So this has like, in the pages, it has obviously the days of the week, and then you could put the date and then like a little header, right? So like I said to you guys before in another video, I am planning on possibly going to therapy soon, or at least I want to try and get an appointment with a therapist and figure out what I can do from there. But I want to start as much as I possibly can and can remember to write down, how I'm feeling every day. Kind of like a diary in a sense, but just kind of keep track of my mental health in that sense. And I figured that this was perfect for that because of the fact that I can circle the day of the week it is, write the date, and start it out. You know what I mean? So that's what this journal is going to be kind of dedicated to, more or less. So anyway, yeah, I'm done with my haul portion of this video. I apologize. Let me see what, okay. So now I'm going to get into the actual point of this video. So I'm gonna be, you know, working on some stuff while I talk, but I'm gonna be doing this little one right here from that Black Magic edition. So I'm gonna work on this. Please, if you can see on here, my light board is dirty. I need to clean it. So please try to ignore that if you can. But yeah, I'm gonna just turn this on low and I'll show you guys what I'm using. Let me pull these two out. Whoops. I have this here. Okay, that's pretty much all I'm gonna need right now unless I have to refill some stuff. So I have both of these pens here that I'm using. They're different thicknesses just in case, you know, my hand starts hurting or anything, I can switch over or whatever. But this one is from Diamond Pen Pal. It has the roll stop on here on this side. And again, 2 favorite colors, so amazing. And then this one's from OGK Diamond Painting Pens on Facebook. So I'll have both of those. I'll have the Etsy shop for Diamond Pen Pal and then the Facebook group for this down below. I'm actually expecting a package from her today and I'm very excited to see it. So I have both of those pens to use back and forth. I have my Bijou Bliss tray here that I'm going to be using for the colors. Also with these 2 big trays that I did because I wanted to use them and try them out, I have 2 of the Paint Gem colors kitted up into these trays. So I have the white, the 5200, and then the black 310 because there was a lot of it. So I just have those directly in these trays right here. And then all the other colors I use this tray for. I have my trash minder from Bijou Bliss as well. I don't know if you can see it, but it is over here off to the side. I just have it magnetized underneath on my Trimat that I got from JNS Makes Stuff on eBay. Also, we'll have that linked below. Anything I talk about will be linked, of course. So, anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and start. And we'll go from there. So, I'm also gonna get my tweezers out just in case. So, alright. And I realized when I showed you guys up close, I don't know if the plastic cover gave you a horrible glare, so there you go. We're doing the tarot card one today. And I always try to start with black, just so it gives me a rough outline. So, and you guys, I've quickly become obsessed with these trays because they're just so nice to use. But anyway, so I want to kind of treat this like a regular whip and chat, but I also don't. I don't want to just talk about like, oh, how was the week? I want to actually save that for like a dedicated whip and chat. Oops. I have to start way down here because I'm not paying attention. All right. So welcome to Tori Talk Tuesdays. I hope you guys have been doing okay, I guess, mentally throughout the week. I hope that, you know, your mental health hasn't wreaked as much havoc on you. Mine's definitely been kind of a roller coaster. And I mean that like ever since I was 15 years old. I've been dealing with depression and anxiety and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, back then it just started out as depression and I don't even know if I want to say anxiety too. It was mainly just depression. I felt that, you know, that young. And it was because my mom had been diagnosed with cancer. And that was when she had her kidney cancer. So it just, you know, I'm not saying I was super young, so I mean, I was old enough to understand what cancer was and what it did to people. But I wasn't educated enough in a sense that, you know, this cancer that she had was actually, I mean, I don't want to say it was simple because she went through a lot for it and, you know, all that. But it didn't require, I mean, she had surgery, and basically they removed one of her kidneys because it was confined in just the one. And she was good. Like, it was, you know, she recovered from the surgery, everything was good, and then she was cancer-free. You know, that was great. Well, then, fast forward to the year 2021, I believe. No, I'm wrong. Let's see, I got married in November of 2020. So it has to be 2019 then. Yeah, so end of 2019. She wasn't, you know, feeling well, and she was dealing with a lot of stress then because, you know, my grandfather was really sick, needed a lot of help. So, you know, she was dealing with a lot of pain, and she went to the doctor, and I think she went to the doctor, or I don't know, but she, you know, had told me, like, oh, I think it's, you know, it's just an ulcer, you know, because of all the stress. And I was like, okay, well, something happened, and she went to the hospital to, like, put in some kind of stent to help with the ulcer, but then found out that it wasn't an ulcer at all, and she had pancreatic cancer. So that was that. And then, you know, we found out that she had waited way too long. So she would have to go through chemo and everything. So she went through chemo for a while. Was about, my gosh, I almost dropped my pen on the floor. Like I said, it was the end of 2019. I got married in November of 2020. Yes, in the year of the COVID, is what I like to say. And she was there for that. So, am I thinking the right dates? No, I'm not thinking the right dates. Oh my gosh. I don't remember the exact dates right now. That was just a really hard time in my life that, you know, a lot of it kind of, you know, I don't want to say got blocked out, but, you know, I don't remember them as clearly as I used to, I should say. But anyway, she was able to go to our wedding, which I was extremely thankful for. And then, yeah, it had to have been in 2020. Anyway, I'm gonna stop interrupting myself. So, you know, she was holding on. She was hanging in there. I mean, the chemo, you know, everybody knows chemo is horrible on your body and how, you know, like what happens to you and everything. But, you know, she was okay. And then, I mean, I got to go on like a mother-daughter trip with her. She had never been to Hollywood. I mean, we've been to LA and like well, I shouldn't say LA, but like Anaheim, like to go to Disney and Knott's Berry Farm, places like that. But she had never been in Hollywood itself. She had never seen like the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the Hollywood sign, none of that. So I'm like, well, let's just go do that. Let's go make a small girls trip of it, because we were going to go on like a road trip. Like, we were going to go up north and, you know, see some pretty areas and all of that good stuff. And she was just getting too sick. And we were afraid that she wasn't going to handle the road trip very well. So I'm like, well, let's just go to Hollywood then. So we did that. We were gone for, oh gosh, like 4 or 5 days. And we just, you know, we went out and saw certain things, but we basically stayed in the hotel 90% of the time, and it was great. You know, we got to spend time together, we got to talk, you know, we slept. I'm not gonna lie, we even smoked pot together. And it was fun, because, you know, we were doing things that we used to do when I don't want to say when I was younger, but, you know, when I was in my early to mid 20s, that's what we used to do, and we got to go and do it again, and I was very grateful to be able to do that with her. And that was also for Mother's Day. We went the weekend of Mother's Day, and I think we actually left Mother's Day on the actual Sunday, and we didn't come back until Thursday or Friday of that week. So but anyway, so that was in May, and then she had passed away in June. So the fact that I got to experience a first with her, one of her firsts, right before that was gonna happen, it's very special, and I personally do not know if I can ever go to Hollywood again. Actually, well, I shouldn't say that. We had gone to Hollywood with some friends who had also never seen, you know, the Hollywood Walk of Fame or anything. And I remember walking up to where, you know, the handprints and the footprints are and everything, and just losing my mind. Like, I lost it. I was like just crying, and I couldn't control it. Because at that time, when my mom and I were there, with it being, you know, kind of COVID, mid-COVID still, that area was blocked off. You couldn't go up and see the handprints and the footprints of the stars, unless you wanted to pay. I think you had to pay, like, I think it was $10 a person. And, you know, that was expensive for us, so we didn't do that. We just kind of stood off in the distance and saw the ones that were up close. And then I want to say this was like the first year after she had passed away that we went with our friends, and it was open again for free. And I remember just breaking down sobbing, because for one, it made me think of her anyway, and two, she didn't get to go up and see them because they decided they wanted to make people pay for it. And I was angry, and I realized that's what triggered me, was that I was angry at the fact that they decided to open it up, but the one time that my mom was there to see that, it wasn't open. And I just was mad at myself, because I should have went in there and said, look it, you know, this is what's going on with my mom. Can you please just let us go in for free, because she's never going to have another chance to see this. But I didn't, because my mom didn't want me to. But that's either here or there. So anyway, I just totally went into that whole long story. I guess I needed to get that off my chest. Who knows? But that's a big part in why my mental health is the way that it is. The way that my mom passed was extremely, this is going to be triggering to me as well, and I'm going to try and hold it together, but when the day that my mom, I don't want to say when my mom did pass away, the day that she finally did let go and stopped suffering, was the one day that I wasn't going to go see her. I had some lunch plans with a friend, and I went and met her for lunch. And then, I got back home, and my dad called and said that Mom was gone. I didn't really... Is there even any white in here? Oh, yeah, there's a few. Okay. It didn't really hit me until after we had got home. Because, it was around the time my husband just got home. He wasn't even inside yet. He had just walked, he was, but he had just walked through the door, and I'm like, we need to go, my mom's gone. And I need to go say goodbye to her. So, I walked, we got there. They had a policy where only 2 people were allowed in at a time to visit because of COVID still being a thing. But they ignored that for us, which I will be forever grateful for. And they said, yeah, please, come in, go back, take as long as you need. And my dad was already there, because he was actually on his way to go visit her when the place called and told him. I'm just checking to make sure. Oh, no, there's one more. Okay, it's just, like I said, I was just checking for if I missed any W's. Let me just grab a color here before I continue. So we walked in, and my mom was there, and from what I can remember at least, that was the first time I had ever really been in the same room with someone who had passed away. And it was, it was terrifying and relieving at the same time. And what I mean by that is knowing that she was finally peaceful. She wasn't in any pain anymore, because it had gotten so bad to the point that basically my mom was sleeping the entire time she was in this facility, because it had gotten to the point where we couldn't take care of her anymore, because it was getting too much with what was happening to her. So she was in a hospice facility, and they were the best in there, honestly. Anyway, so when I had gone in there and visited her, and just seeing how she was sleeping, and she just seemed to be struggling just to even breathe and sleep. She was asleep, but because they had used medication, but it just seemed like she was still struggling to breathe. And I remember sitting there the day before saying that it was okay. If you want to go, go be comfortable. And then the day that I decided not to go and visit, it was like that. So, okay, I keep hearing things. My dog is chewing on her leg. That's nice. So, you know, and it was traumatizing because I, for a long time, had beat myself up see, there's another W. Yeah, so I had beat myself up for a long time because I was angry at myself for not being there. It was the one day that I wasn't gonna go because, you know, it was getting emotionally hard to go and see my mom like that all the time. So I guess you could say I took a break. I took a mental break from it and went and had lunch with one of my friends. Well, I then later realized that I think the reason my mom picked to go on that day is because she didn't want me to be there and see her, you know, pass on. And once I kind of realized that, you know, I think that's what the case was, I don't want to say I felt better, but I wasn't beating myself up anymore because she was essentially just looking out for me. And I will always cherish that part of it. Anyway, I wasn't going to talk about this part in the beginning of like this little series I was going to start. I was going to eventually get there, but I guess I needed to talk it out, like I said. So, but let's go back. Let's come back to present time. And you know what? I had missed a letter W, so let me just add that in here real quick while I'm thinking about it. There we go. So let's talk about what happened over the weekend. All right, so on Saturday, like I said, I was out. I had like a little girl stay with my dad's girlfriend, which we try to do every once in a while now as like a, as a tradition. And, you know, she had come down, I think it was like, she had gotten there at like around 9:30-ish in the morning. And we went and did our stuff and had a great day. And then, you know, our other friends were going to be needing our help with something. And asked if we could be, you know, kind of ready to help around 4:30. And I was like, well, yeah, that's okay, because my dad's girlfriend doesn't like to drive at night. So she was going to be going home, going back home. She lives an hour away. So she was going to be going back home before dark. Well, you know, it's still being kind of new in a way. It gets dark later, obviously, at this time of year. So I was like, hey, you know, I gotta be back around 4. And I did tell her what was going on because, you know, I know I can trust her to talk about stuff like that. So I got back around 4, you know, sat around and talked for a little bit more, and then I ordered a pizza for her to go pick up so she could take it back to my dad, and my dad. And that was that. And then our friends showed up around 4:30, 4:45-ish. I'm trying to think of how I can explain what happened without giving details, because I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to talk about other people's issues, family issues, anything. One, without their permission, and two, because that's just not who I am. So, if you're going to be wanting that, I'm not going to give you that. Sorry. So, we met up with them. We were going to do what we were going to be doing to help them, and the plan was in place and everything was going to go. Well, the minute we were in this parking lot waiting for the situation, the plan was ruined immediately, because the person was told in the parking lot what we were there for, or what they were there for. I'm saying we were just kind of back up in case anything was happening. So, that kind of put a damper on things immediately, because now here comes all the manipulation and everything that this person is known for. So we follow, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. We follow them to where we were going and still stayed off to the side just in case we were needed for something. And like my husband and I were figuring was going to happen, they got talked into the opposite of what we were there for to do. And me and my husband lost it. These friends of ours, I've known my one friend since I was in 3rd grade. She is the mom of my best friend that I had in elementary school. So she's seen me grow up, essentially. And yes, I'm only 29. I'm pretty much the same age as her daughter. She's a year older than me. But, I considered her more of a friend than her own daughter, because I'm not going to get into that, but her daughter is something else. Let me just put it that way. So I don't really know where I was going with that, but moral of the story is we lost friends this weekend. And it was mainly because my husband and I have been there for our friends. We always try to be there for our friends, no matter what, if we can. And this was one of those situations. We were going to be helping her and her husband get out of a pretty much toxic situation involving her own child. And they decided to take our advice and basically shove it in our face. And that's happened several times with them. I should say mainly with her. After all of this stuff that happened Saturday, it made me feel like I've just constantly been talking to a brick wall. I have given my advice so many times to her. My husband has given his advice so many times to them. Over the past almost couple of years that we've been hanging back out with them, she calls and she vents about stuff that her child has done. And, I give my advice on it. And then she turns around and does the exact opposite of what we had just talked about. She constantly says, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. I'm not going to let her get away with this. And the next day, that's what happens. And my husband and I are kind of tired of it at this point. We're tired of being the punching bag for her to vent. And then us say, well, this would this would go away if you did this. And then it's just ignored. And the complete opposite happens. And the Saturday, with what was said and what was actually done, a switch flipped in both mine and my husband's brain, and we were done. We checked out. Because not only did the plan go completely opposite of what was going to go on, my friend didn't even bother to let me know any of this that was happening in the moment. She was busy being manipulated, and had her husband call me and text both of us, to let us know that we were no longer needed and they appreciate us helping them. And so that was it. And I want to say that I'm really sad, because I am. We had a lot of fun with them. They were great friends to hang out with when we weren't talking about her daughter and the situation that her daughter is in. Rightfully so, that I may add, because she does deserve it. But when we weren't talking about all that and we were just hanging out as friends, we had a lot of fun. We used to go a lot of places together. You know, we got Dave and Buster's. We've gone to Universal Studios with them. We've gone to Knott's Berry Farm with them for like the Halloween time stuff. I mean, we've gone and done things together, and it's been fun. But is that a tab on here? I cannot tell. No. Yeah, so that's what makes this part sad about it all, is because, you know, when they weren't being manipulated and taken advantage of, they were good friends. And we trusted them, only for us to be kind of put on the back burner in many ways, because anytime we hung out with them, she was constantly on her phone. She constantly would answer her phone, no matter who was calling, whether it was her daughter or her other friends even. But when she was but I'm mainly talking about her because she's the main person that I'm upset with right now. But whenever I tried to get into contact with her, when she was with other friends, when she was with her daughter, I couldn't get a hold of her. It would take her a long time to answer me. And I'm like, you know, that just, again, Saturday made me realize all the things that I was thinking before. And all the things that happened, it came to me like as an epiphany, essentially. That I was apparently not as an important of a friend as everybody else was, because when we were there, she would talk on the phone to other people, and that would be fine. But I would either not get an answer, or, hey, you know, I'm with this person, can I call you later? All right, that's fine. And I put up with it for a long time, and I don't want to be that kind of friend. I don't want to say I'm getting too old, because I'm only 29, you know, I'm not that old. And a lot of people say, well, you're not old. Well, you know I'm not old, like age-wise, but mentally I'm old. And I will say that until I'm blue in the face, because it's true. I'm mentally old. I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. I'm tired of high school drama. I'm tired of feeling like, I don't want to say feel like we're being used, but in ways that's kind of how I felt. I feel like I was just used for her to vent to, but she didn't want my advice. She just wanted to vent. And also for, you know, my husband's truck. My husband feels as though they were using us in ways for his truck. And I'm not saying that all the time, but it was just convenient that my husband had a truck. So there's that part of it too, in a way. But I don't want to say long story short, because it's been a long story. My husband and I have checked out. We're just kind of done. So basically we're gonna be staying home on weekends, you know, and try and start over. I don't want to say start over, but at least start over with our financial situation. Try and save money as much as possible. I need to stop spending money as much as possible, because that is a problem for me. I think for everybody, in a way, you can agree that shopping makes people feel better. Well, shopping makes me feel better. But then it doesn't make me feel better the day after or a couple days after, when I realize, like, oh crap, I shouldn't have spent that. We have a bill coming out. So that's just how it's been lately. And I know that I need to stop doing that, especially because I don't work. And you know, that's not fair. So, and when I can get my stuff figured out, then I will do that. And I'm going to work on that this week. So anyway, that's what it's going to be like from now on. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to it, because it'll give us a chance to, you know, learn to not constantly having to go do something. That just spending time together at home is just as good. Even if we're not doing the same thing together, we're just in the same room. Like, that's enough for me. And it is, at least he says it is. It's enough for him too. But who knows? He could just be telling me that, right? So anyway, I guess this first Tori Talk Tuesday, Tori Talk Tuesday, whatever I'm gonna call it. I guess this first one needed to go like this, because I needed to get some stuff off my chest. But the next one, I'm gonna talk more about actual topics of, like, my mental health specifically. Kind of, again, how I got here, and just talk about different things like that, and kind of, you know, go from there and see where this goes. And hopefully it maybe will help me feel a little bit better. That's what I'm shooting for. So thank you guys for tuning in this week for my first Tori Talk Tuesday. I hope you guys will enjoy this little thing I'm gonna do. Again, it's more or less for me, to kind of get my thoughts out until I can find a therapist. I hope you guys don't mind that I'm gonna be posting this once a week for a little bit, until I can maybe figure out myself. So as for links and everything like that, there will be links down below for the shops that I did mention in this video. There will be a link down below for the couple of events that I mentioned, and the people running them, and everything like that. And also there will be links for my Instagram and my Facebook group. If you guys would like to join, I would love to have you guys over there. There will also be a link for the Buy Me a Coffee. If you guys would like to support my channel in any way, I would greatly appreciate it. I would love to be able to give you guys some content and be able to show y'all some hauls and stuff. And that's exactly what it would go for. And yeah, I greatly appreciate you guys being here. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell for whenever I post new videos. You will be notified. And of course, give me that thumbs up, because that does help with algorithms getting my videos out a little bit more for people to find. And who knows, maybe I'll gain some more members of my Blaze Diamond family here. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.